And we can't discuss anything when we say buyback as an option to be discussed. I think we need to advise the market that that is not the decision of the board or CEO. It's a decision of the board which only comes at the end of the board meeting, whatever the right for the board to be there. And that chance has to be given to the board to take a final decision, and that's what we did. But we get a beating on the street saying that why Arun should not carry the board with him before announcing the that option to discuss. So when options are available for the management, I think we present the option as per SEBI guidelines that we will be discussing this agenda, and this is a sensitive agenda. But at the end of the day, it's a board decision finally which needs to carry the weight, and that needs to be projected in the same manner that it's not a final decision of the board that buyback has to be going ahead or not going ahead, because there are many views board raises, and based on that we take a final decision.
Yeah, just that, you know, recently the boards have not really functioned as we thought they are meant to function, but no aspersion on your board. Some of the other companies have sort of disappointed shareholders. On that point, Arup, if you can come and talk about whether Polaris needs to relook at any of its accounting procedures, disclosure levels, etc., because after the Satyam episode, a lot of investors have started asking hard questions about tier 2 IT companies.
Yeah, so then it's not only the investors, we are even getting the queries from the customers. But I can say from my experience that the way the Polaris numbers are done, so we have the operational units, the 5 geographies, the 7 delivery centers, and each operational unit runs as a P&L center, so they give the numbers, and then those are just accumulated, consolidated at a corporate level, and then discussed very openly. I review it in an open mancom personally. Then there is a communication cascade to all my direct reports and their direct reports, the entire management team. So the situation like the numbers are only restricted to a few people does not happen, and I can assure you on that one. The numbers are collectively known to each of the operational unit heads, each of the P&L heads, then cascaded down to their direct reports. And that's the level of transparency that we have, and which I have been able to communicate to the investors and the customers. So in my mind, it's a very transparent process, and I can reassure you on that front.
Arun, heard you mention that the timing is not right for developing your real estate plans. Is that still on the agenda though? Because we believe till the last conference call you indicated to analysts that you are looking for an iBanker, or you've got one on board, because as you know the market is quite skittish about companies jumping board from core business into something unrelated.
Yeah, that's right. I think we never wanted to get into real estate as a business. It's only basically a question of extra surplus which is lying in a fixed asset block which could be handed back to the shareholders. And that was the objective of real estate. We don't want to dilute our focus on product and service, which is a complex business, to real estate business. I don't say that real estate business is not complex, but that is not our core competency. So rest assured, real estate is not a core business for us. Whenever timings are right, we can hive it off, sell it off, but we kept everything ready. And whenever it's right, we'll take the appropriate decision on it. We all know the market is not right.
Specifically for... Sure, yeah, that it is. And specifically for City though, Arun, what kind of revenue visibility do you have over the next few quarters? I mean, is any part of it or most part of it assured revenue flow through?
Yeah, I think we are, yesterday investor call I mentioned that we are 95% of our areas where we are working are mission critical applications, and they are part of the good bank what they published last week. So that is one good side of the story, and we are growing our revenues even in this time with Citibank, because they are looking for sustaining and growing global universal bank, and that has to be serviced. All those customers, more than 100 million customers, has to be serviced by the technologies, and we are a critical part of that service module. So we have still over 40% of revenue come from Citibank. So I think that's a very, very positive place we are in, and we don't feel the significant risk just because we are core part of the technology which service those customers, and those customer needs those service any point of time in future.
So what kind of growth have you assumed for Citi, since it's such a large part of your revenues, Arun, in giving that 20% guidance?
Citi, we are saying it could be between 5 to 7% we can grow. Still we can go 5 to 7% in spite of the large account base over 40%.
So where is the growth going to come from? If city is going to be 5 to 7%, is it going to be products or services, non-city services or non-city products which will drive growth next year?
Our growth comes from accounts. We say 100-5-7 strategy, Udyan, multiple times we say AAA accounts. So now number of AAA accounts has zoomed up to almost 21 accounts. And those accounts which are 21 of the top 50 accounts, and with Seek we got another 5 more insurance accounts which are the tier 1 AAA accounts. Going around account mining strategy is a one growth lever which is there, where we are getting entry into the mission critical application. And secondly, I'm saying growth is coming from insurance sector, which is we are expanding into insurance sector. Till now we are banking focus, and third is emerging markets. So there are 3 levers for the growth for next year.
Good luck, gentlemen. Thanks very much for joining in today.